Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
Yes!
Dad, I'm hungry.
G'day humans, Chris Stead here. I'm on the road. Today I'm at Thunderbird Park. Now this is the Mount Tamborine area, about 30 minutes west of Surfers Paradise, maybe 40 minutes, depending on how you drive, see how you go. Anyway, I'm going to give you a quick little tour here. It's a very interesting place. I've got some accommodation review as well in a separate video of the Cedar Creek lodges, which is here. It's kind of like a amalgamation of a whole bunch of different kind of businesses here. It's interesting the way they've done it, but it's a really cool place. So, let me give you a quick bit of a tour just so you can know what to expect, or if you're deciding whether to come here or not, whether or not it's the right place for you. So here's the entrance here. Now on the other end of that road, down there, you'll find Cedar Creek Falls. So that's a destination in itself that's worth exploring. And if we have a look over here, you're going to see the parking lot. Now it's pretty empty, but I've got to tell you, during the course of today, I'm here in January 17, I think it is today, 2023. So middle of the school holidays. This parking lot was pretty full all day, but the crowd was not overwhelming anywhere we went. So don't take the empty parking lot at 4 o'clock in the afternoon as an indication of the popularity of this place. All right, well down here on the kind of far outskirts, you've got the first kind of, I guess, feature or activity, and that's the fun fair. Let's dive in and take a closer look at that. So once you get down the far end here, you've got the fun fair. Now we didn't go in here, our kids are too old for this, but if you've got really, really young kids, there's somewhere you can go. See the pedal go-kart track just here. You can just pedal little go-kart cars around. There's also paddle boating, pedal powered boaters. You can go into the little lake there and have a look. There's some jumping castles as well, and some, you can see the duck boats over there potentially, through there. There are a couple of bits and pieces like this. You can also see the buggy rides here. Now, I guess they must leave from here. It's a different experience. Obviously, it just takes you off onto the property. A bit of a four-wheel drive buggy tour here. We didn't do this either. We didn't get a good idea of the buggy. We have done this before actually on Kangaroo Island. It's pretty good fun. But I can't vouch for the track here. There were 2 jumping castles up earlier, so I've obviously taken one down. We've actually been here all day, so a few of the things are just starting to shut down a little bit. Alright, so that's the fun fair. Now I'll walk you down and give you a quick little tour. Now it's a super interesting place this. It's like part camping ground, part amusement park, part adventure experience, part wedding venue. It's a really interesting place. The whole place in general, this Tamborine, Mount Tamborine area is just beautiful. I mean, like everyone thinks when they think of the Gold Coast, they probably think about, the strip there and the theme parks and the beaches and all of this, but the hinterland is also well worth a visit. Now we stayed in the Cedar Creek Lodge, the Brumby Lodge, last night. I've done a separate review of that. But there's a range of accommodation options. That was probably the higher end. There's more basic cabins, there's glamping, there's powered sites, caravan sites, tent sites. And I'll go and show you those so you can have a look and see what the ground's like. All got fires, open fires, which is good. Always want that. But as a point of difference, especially for a camping ground, is that there's a full restaurant and bar here. Really fancy, really well done. They do buffet breakfasts, beers on tap, all that kind of stuff. Reasonably priced, really good quality food as well. So that kind of up there is the way to the restaurant. And yeah, so you can kind of be camping, going full rugged, and then be having a buffet breakfast. So that's not something I've really come across before, but it was yummy, very yummy. Now, like I said, it kind of feels like a mismatch of a whole bunch of different businesses that have all gotten to the same place and gone, hey, let's offer this kind of experience. And it's really, really interesting the way they've done it. So over here, for example, you can see Laser Skirmish. Now, we didn't do Laser Skirmish. Kind of need a bit of a group for that. And definitely, they obviously do weddings, like I said here, but they also do school excursions, I suspect. Kind of see the scale of the map there. So there's a full Laser Skirmish experience up in the bushes down there. Over here we've got the TreeTop Challenge. Now I've done a whole separate review on this. I did do the TreeTop Challenge and it is really awesome. Really, really good. It's also got the canyon fly. So it's got a TreeTop Challenge and then just a zip line thing that's... I didn't do the canyon fly. I can't vouch for that specifically, but it looks awesome. The TreeTop Challenge is brilliant. There's the Thunderbird himself. Or herself. Mini golf. There's a full mini golf course here, and I'll take you for a closer look, but that's a nice little addition. It's a nice little course they've done there. It's not big on the theatrics, like you're not going to have windmills and clowns and Happy Gilmore-ish things. You can see up here, for example, I've just closed that eatery there, but you know, it was like, I think it was $9 or $8 for a big box of chips, so it's quite reasonable. I just paid $11 for a pint of Bolter. To give you an idea of the prices, and that's on tap as well. So a bit of an eatery up there, and you can get an idea of kind of the golf course. So yeah, not filled with all the kind of theatrics you might expect, but still fun. And I just walked past the sign, hopefully you saw it, but this is the way to the Thunderbird egg fossicking area, which also has crystal fossicking. Now, I really wanted to do this, but we just ran out of time because the TreeTop Challenge ended up being so awesome, we kept doing it all day. But you can they'll give you a pickaxe and a bucket, and you head off into the special mining spot and pick away. You can see it's a bit barren at the moment. Pick away in the rocks and find yourself these eggs, and they'll cut them up and give them to you, and you get this kind of a thunder egg. So that would have been a really great experience. I really should go and do that with the kids, but didn't have the time. Now we're into the camping ground right now. So there's a bit of a boom gate up there, which I've kind of walked around. So the campsites themselves, as you can see, they disappear right up here. I'll just give you a shot that doesn't include a giant piece of piping. But if you have a look up here, you can see the campground disappears right the way up there. Now they've tiered off all the spots, so it's relatively flat in each of the spots that I've seen anyway. I see people camping here now. But there's not much grass, so that's just something to keep in mind. And there's definitely some areas where they've got space for a decent sized group. And there's power, like I said. So you could come here as a group and just get up a whole area, but just be aware that, as you can see with these guys here, probably going to be pitching a tent or a caravan in dirt. It tears down to the river down here. I'll talk about the river a little bit more in a bit. But you can see, like I said, it's all tiers, all pretty flat. So they've done a pretty good job in that regard, all the way up the hill. And as you can see, you get 5 pits as well. So that's pretty good. Toilet blocks are all pretty rural, rudimentary. There's a bit of a camp kitchen here with laundry and washing machine, sinks, stoves, basic microwave. No fridge, which is a bit of a disappointment, I think. If I was camping here, I'd be like, fridge would be really handy. Would have been really handy for us today because stoves the drinks in there while we're doing the TreeTop Challenge. And I'm not going to go too far up there, but you can see here, like this is a space, for example, where a large group could have assembled, and probably has by the looks of it, had a nice big fire, and there's a bit of grass around here. Now if you go further up here, that yellow thing you can see in the distance is another camp kitchen, and then you can see the glamping tents beyond that, whatever glamping is. It's not my language, but anyway, maybe it's because I haven't done it before. And then further up the hill there you can see it's kind of more of a bricks and mortar place. That's just one of the cabins. So there's various types of cabins as well, a whole range of different types of cabins. And like I said, this is a wedding venue, and I was told there's up to 200 weddings a year here, but that's kind of on the other side of the creek. So it'd be interesting to know what the experience is like if you're here during a wedding. Like, are you listening to really bad music and people singing out loud and so forth, or all night, or is it far enough away you don't hear it? I don't know, but something to think about, I guess. 200 a year suggests that more days than not. And I'll just show you up there a closer look. So you got all these little glamping tents. They all look over the river. You hear the river at night, which is nice. And even further up than that, there's like longer lodges that I suspect are probably for group, like school excursions or something, things like that. Gotta show you this camp kitchen. It's one of the funniest designs I've ever seen. So it's got the toilet and a toilet and the camp kitchen in between. So that's just like the toilet on the other side of those vents. So you'd be sitting there cooking your sandwich or your sanger, listening to someone wrestling a demon on the other side of that wall. I think it's funny. So that should give you a pretty good idea of what to expect if you come and stay here at Thunderbird Park camping ground. Like I said, check out my review of the lodge so you can see what the lodge is like if you want to step it up from the old tent to something a bit more fancy. It's good, I'll give you the tip. And you can also see I'll put up a review video of the TreeTop challenge as well, so you can see what you're going to get for your money on that place down there. The only thing I haven't shown you yet is the rock pool. Now just down here, which is the way back down towards the mining area, you'll come across the mining shack where you can get your bucket and your pickaxe, and they'll cut the rocks up for you and polish them up and do whatever they do. See that in there. Oh, smell of campfire, isn't it great? And across this bridge you'll get to the rock pools, the actual place where you do the mining, and also there's a new thing that they're working on. I think it's called Dig It, which is, this one's going to be really cool. It's like an excavation experience for kids. So I'm hoping they've got like mini diggers and the kids just get to use like little dingo style things and dig up the ground themselves across that lake there. Anyway, there you go. Here's a couple of choice camping spots right here. These ones go right down to the creek and they're pretty central too. You can see the water down there. You're not going to be doing any fishing down there, but it's definitely nice for a swim. Alright, there you go. That's Thunderbird Park. I'm Chris Stead. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, I'm back on the road.